My dear students, hello, how are you all? Hope you are fine with the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NMS Home School, and this is Ariful Islam, Assistant Teacher of English, National and International School, Morning Shift. Today I am going to conduct Bangladesh and Global Studies class for class 8 students. Our today's topic, Chapter 2, Creative Questions 1, 2, and Chapter 3, Creative Questions 1, 2, and 3. So my dear students, let's see our today's Class 8, Subject Bangladesh and Global Studies, Topic Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, Creative Questions. Term half-yearly exam, Lecture 16, Teacher Ariful Islam. This is my mobile number and today's date. So my dear students, let's see our today's class. So our today's topic, Chapter 2, Creative Questions 1 and 2, and Chapter 3, QCQ 1, 2, and 3. So let's see. Creative Question 1, Chapter 2, Picture 1 and Picture 2, there is a picture. So question is, who signed the document of surrender on behalf of the joint force? Number B, explain the idea of mass killings. Number C, which historical incident is indicated in Picture 1? The killing, mass killing. D, did the activities of the force mentioned in Picture 2 expedite the independence of Bangladesh? Analyze it. So let's start. Answer to the question number 1A. Lieutenant General Jagjit Singh Arora signed the document of surrender on behalf of the joint force. Number B answer. When a powerful party of a country murders as well as does physical or mental tortures mercilessly to the people of a certain race or tribe or different ideology is called mass killings or genocide. According to the United Nations, mass killing is a trial to ease a nation or religious community completely. In a mass killing, more than two are a lot of people who are indiscriminately killed. The Pakistani force conducted mass killing mercilessly during the entire 9 months of Liberation War. Number C. Answer is in Picture 1, the mass killing which happened at the night of 25th March in 1971 is indicated. The Pakistani force conducted mass killing mercilessly during the entire 9 months. They started killing the unarmed Bengalis from the midnight of 25th March, and that night they killed about 7,000 to 8,000 innocent people only in the Dhaka city. They attacked the cantonment, EPO Directorate, police line and Ansar barracks. They used to torture the captured persons in different manners and then kill them. Number D, yes, the activities of joint force which was mentioned in Picture 2 expedite the independence of Bangladesh. The Liberation War got a real shape with the Declaration of Independence on 26 March by the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Later, to provide proper guidance of the Liberation War, Mujibnagar Govt was formed on 10 April 1971. Liberation War was conducted sector-wise by Mujibnagar Govt. As a result of this, our freedom fighters could face the attacks of Pakistani forces with courage. To make this attack more dynamic, Mujibnagar Govt and Indian Govt formed a joint force on November. The Liberation War got a momentum with the formation of Joint Command. Trained guerrilla fighters entered the country and they started heavy attacks upon the Pakistani forces. Air raid was also conducted side by side at different important places under the command of Joint Force. Joint forces started to proceed towards Dhaka from all directions. Meanwhile, Pakistani forces started to surrender in different war fields on the border. We're moving to next page. From all the above discussions, we can say that owing to the heroic fight of our freedom fighters, the strong desire of our people for freedom, the strong unity of our countrymen, active help of aid force and the support of people all over the world together resulted in the successful completion of our Liberation War only in 9 months. So it can be said that it was the activities, the joint force which expedited the independence of Bangladesh. Creative Question 2, Chapter 2. Nafisa's father was a university student during the Liberation War. He went to Satkhira to take training and took part in the Liberation War there. Our neighboring country helped us in the war by providing different trainings. It also raised public opinion and thus assisted us. Number A, when was the flag of independent Bangladesh hoisted officially? Number B, when was the joint force formed? Number C, of which sector Nafisa's father was the murderer? Explain. Number D, The cooperation of the country mentioned in the stem expedite the independence of our country. Evaluate it. So answer number A. The flag of independence Bangla was officially hoisted on 2nd March in 1971. Number B answer. To make the attacks more dynamic against the Pakistani forces, Mujibnagar Govt and Indian Govt formed a joint force. The Liberation War got a momentum with the formation of joint force. Trained guerrilla fighters entered the country and they started heavy attacks upon Pakistani forces. Air raid also conducted side by side at different important places under the command of joint force. Meanwhile, Pakistani forces started to surrender in different war fields on the border. Number C answer. Nafisa's father was a martyr of 8 number sector 8 of the Liberation War. Nafisa's father was a member of 8 number sector of the Liberation War. For the convenience, there is a mistake of sector number 8 of 8 number sector of the Liberation War. So for the convenience of smooth conduct of the war, Bangladesh was divided into 11 sectors in 1971. 11 sectors commanders were appointed there. Each sector was again divided into some subsectors. All the time of Liberation War, Sector 8 was one of the important sectors. This sector covered Kustia, Joshore, greater part of Faridpur and up to Daulatpur, Shatkhira road of Khulna. In the stem, we can see that Nafisa's father went to Shatkhira to take training and took part in the Liberation War. Number D answer. The mentioned country in the stem is India. The cooperation of India during the Liberation War expedited the independence of our country. Some big countries of the world got involved in many ways in the Liberation War of Bangladesh. India was one of them. India directly helped the Liberation War. India gulped, civilized criticized the genocide of Pakistani force, which started from 25th March. India government gave shelter to about 1 crore refugees who crossed the border to save themselves from genocide. India government took all responsibilities for their food and lodging. Armed training was given to Bengalis youth in India from the 1st of April and this continued up to November. Besides, India also helped to run the functions of exiled government at Kolkata and to set up Shadin Bangla Betar Kendra of Bangladesh Govt. Apart this, different leaders, officers, ministers of India, including the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, toured many countries to gather support and mold opinion in favor of Bangladesh. From the above discussions, we can say that the great cooperation of India as a neighboring country expedited the independence of our country. So we are moving to next page. Creative question chapter 3. So creative question 1. Mr. Azmal has returned home for Qatar after 5 years. Returning home, he becomes surprised noticing the change 11 in the behavior. Change in the behavior, not 11. There is correction. Change in the behavior of his children. His daughter receives newer information and news of home and abroad by using internet sitting at home. Besides, his son communicates with his friends on Facebook and collects important information. His younger brother sends his money online from abroad. He also notices changes in the lifestyle of other members of the community. So question is, what is social development? Number B, what is it called to observe the elements of other cultures? Explain it. What types of changes can we notice in the family of Mr. Azmal? Explain it. The dimensions in the STEM play a positive role in changing society. Give reasons for your answer. So answer to the question number 1, A. Social development is a kind of social change. According to the sociology, social development means development in the lifestyle of the people of society. Number B. Cultural absorption is a kind of process through which individual or group absorbs other culture. When a person happens to live in new culture's environment, he tries to receive views, behaviors, thoughts and feelings, values, whole life pattern of that place. Thus absorption happens. For example, girls try to absorb the culture of their in-laws. Number C, answer, we can see the natural changes in the family of Mr. Azmal in this step. Culture is changeable. Our culture also changes, keeping pace with the environment, atmosphere and time. Culture is transferred from one generation to another. Thus, Through this process of transformation, some changes occur in culture. Again, culture may change coming to touch with another culture. This is called cultural change. The development of technology expedites the cultural change. In the STEM, it is seen that returning home after 10 days, Mr. Azmol sees that his daughter receives newer information and news of home and abroad by using internet sitting at home. Besides, his son communicates with his friends through Facebook and collects important information. His younger brother sends money through online from abroad. He also notices changes in the life of other members of the family. Those changes which we notice of family of Mr. Azmol indicates social changes. Yes. Number D. Answer: yes, the dimensions in this STEM play a positive role in changing society. I agree with this statement completely. The development of science and technology expedites cultural change. Advanced information technology is used in culture, agriculture, industry, treatment, and education. The success of this has brought improvement in the culture of Bangladesh. On the other hand, internet technology has made it easy to communicate with the people of home and abroad. Now we can communicate with our relatives, send money, and collect information with a short time sitting at home. Apart this, through Facebook, we can make friendships easily with the people of others country and share opinions. That's how information technology plays positive role in changing society. So we are moving chapter creative questions to chapter 3. So there are some art element. Number 8, burnt clay work, palm leaf, Nokshikatha, task stone. And number B, Chorjagiti, Kirtan Gan, Mongol Kabbo, Puthi and prose literature. So question is, who determined the age of Tharaipada? Who does cultural absorption took place? Explain the kind of art described in A of this term. The importance of art 4 is unlimited for the growth of Bengalis culture. Analyze it. Okay. So answer to the question number 2A. Eminent linguist Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah determined the age of Chorjapad. Number B answer: cultural absorption take place for observing some articles of another culture to own culture. Cultural absorption is a kind of process through which individual or group absorbs other culture. When a person happens to live in new cultural environment, he tries to receive views, behaviors, thoughts and feelings, values, i.e. whole life pattern of the place. The absorption happens. For girls try to absorb the culture of their in-laws. Number C, the type, number C, the mentioned art of the STEM. A is art and craft of our local people. So once upon a time, many temples were built in our country with these bricks. Those bricks were not like the ones we saw now. They were special. Many pictures were engraved on the soil plates first and then burned to give permanent images. This craft is known as terracotta burnt soil. The tradition of making idols of gods and goddesses of Hindu and Buddhist communities using task stone and soil is also very ancient and famous. The palm leaf books, puthis of the Pal era are equally wonderful. The modern art critics also appreciate the pictures drawn there with locally available colors. We cannot but avoid the Nokshikatha of Bengal. For long the village women have been sewing a local kind of quilt full of beautiful visuals and stories. Sewing Nokshikatha is still in practice among unprivileged women in our society. And in A of the stem, we find the name of burnt clay work, palm tree, Nokshikatha and task stone. Those all are examples of art stone of view. There is a correction. The importance of art A or B, this will be okay. Art B, this will be number B. So there is a correction here. The importance of art B is unlimited. The questions, this will be B. So art B is literally art. The importance of art B is unlimited for the growth of Bengali culture. And in B of this term, as a source of literary art, we find this name of Chorjagiti, Kirtan Gan, Mongol Kabbo, Punit Kabbo and prose literature. By culture, we generally mean the means and ways of living the people of a society. It means culture is our way of life. Literature is also part of culture. The oldest form of Bangla discovered so far as is Chorjapada. It was discovered by Pandit Harprasad Shastri from the Royal Court of Nepal. Luipa and Kanupa are two of the famous Sarjapada writers. The Sultani era was also very much influenced by Sri Chaitanya Dev and his Vaishnava philosophy. During this period, Kirtans was very trendy. The Kirtans were stuffed with emotions and love stories of Lord Sri Krishna and Radha. There and commonly known as Vaishnava Padavali. Apart from all this, many poets composed different sort of lyric stories based on the local gods and goddesses. These are known as Mongol Kappa. Another important field of literature is Puthi. It was very much loved by the Muslims. They were based on the functions of Iranian stories blended with romantic elements. Reactions from Punit in front of the gathering was very popular then. The introduction of Bangla prose began from 19th century in the British period. It can be said that Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar paved the way for Bangla prose, while Bankim Chandra and his contemporaries kept this spirit cheap and Rabindranath Tagore Kazimul Islam gave it a complete and decent shape. From the above discussion, it can say that literary art is an integral part of the Bengali culture. The importance of literary art is unlimited for the growth of Bengali culture. So moving to the last question, creative question 3, chapter 3. You can see specimen of Bengali art and cultures. So what is terracotta? Why are the palm leaf pictures of the Pal dynasty still luminous? What cultural characteristics are obvious in the stem? Explain it. Evaluate the contributions of Bengali women in carrying on the stem art. Answer question number 1. A. Terracotta is the art of engraving pictures on the soil plates and then burning them to give permanent images. Number B. The palm leaf pictures of the Pal dynasty are still luminous because these pictures were drawn with locally available colors. The modern art critics also appreciates these pictures. In the extract, we see the pictures of a Nokshikatha, a cane chair, some baskets made of reed and bamboo, and a mat made of reed, a winnowing fan made of bamboo. These things indicate the handcraft of Bengal. Bangladesh is very rich in handicraft. The art of carpentry, the art of shell cutting and sponge wood, bamboo and can work are a specimen of the creative mind and skills of the people of this country. Number D. Bengali women, especially the village women, have been showing their creativity through their work since very ancient period of time. Besides doing various household works, they like to engage themselves in handicrafts. They like to spend their leisure by sewing Nokshikatha, making basket mats, etc. Nokshikatha is very famous among the Hindi crafts of Bengal. It is a kind of local quite beautiful visuals and stories are seen on Nokshikatha. Sewing Nokshikatha is still in practice among the underprivileged women in our society. Our village women are also accomplished in working with bamboo and cane. They can make various kinds of baskets and tools using bamboo and cane. By selling these useful things, they can earn money for their family. They can make various kinds of mats. Shital Pati is famous among them. The artist value of these things are also very high. In this way, our women are playing a vital role in the field of handicraft of Bengal. So my dear students, read the creative questions chapter 2 and 3 at home, and as your exam is knocking at the door, so keep practicing at home. Abad parents, stay safe, stay well. See you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.